Yes, good afternoon. Sava here from Football Heritage TV. It's all happening, isn't it? It's all happening in the transfer market without anything really happening in the transfer market. But Tottenham Hotspur are involved. Our name is inevitably linked with everybody and anybody. And it now seems that we've positioned our club as any young talent in the world, we're going to have our name associated. Don't worry about buying the ready-made talent that can help you win trophies. We're going to go for all the youngsters. There's nothing wrong with that, but does it bear fruit? We'll ask the question. Now, a couple of things I want to discuss today. A couple of reports came out yesterday about Newcastle trying to hijack the Antonio Nusa deal. Oh, I'm struggling to get my head around that one. We'll have a look and see what's been said. For me, it all seems a little bit strange, though, doesn't it? Newcastle United, I thought they had problems with FFP. Trippier needs to go. Apparently, Almiron apparently is going. Is Guimaraes going? Isak might be being sold. It all seems a bit crazy. Callum Wilson, Atletico Madrid bids. But apparently they're going to hijack the Nusa deal. We'll find out what that's all about. Maddison has been in full training for over a week for Tottenham Hotspur. And lots of reports are saying that he is going to be back and fully fit for the game against Man City in the FA Cup. Now, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to question, is it fully fit? There's a huge difference between being fully fit on a training pitch and match fit to play against a team that are going to make you press and chase for 90 minutes. We'll look into that. And also, we'll have a look at Spurs apparently want Zirkzee of Bologna. Lots of people talking about this guy. He's youngish. He's 22. Do we want him? Is he a good sign of the Spurs? Lots of people will tell you he's the next big thing. Aren't they all? They're all the next big thing. They're all generational. They're all going to set the world alight. Postecoglou is going to turn them all into world beaters. So let's have a look. We're going to start by looking at this story here. Now, this story here was from the Football Insider. Listen, when we bring up these stories, there are many different sources that we probably could use. But this here, as you can see, is from the Football Insider. It says yesterday, terms agreed. Newcastle United could sensationally hijack Tottenham's Antonio Nusa deal. Newcastle United are discussing sensationally hijacking the deal from Club Brugge for Club Brugge star Antonio Nusa. It is believed the Magpies are eyeing the 18-year-old up as a potential replacement for Miguel Almiron. They said Almiron has agreed terms with Al-Shahab, accepting what is believed to be a huge offer from the Saudi Pro League. It goes on to say, however, Newcastle and Al-Shabaab are yet to reach an agreement on the fee for the Paraguay international. And the Magpies are looking to raise funds for new recruits through player sales to help improve their FFP situation. Now, it's gone on to say that Football Insider revealed that Tottenham were closing on the signing of Club Brugge wonder kid, as do most reports still suggest that Tottenham are the ones leading the chase and that a deal could be done as early as Friday this week. Listen, now this is a story where I look at it and go, oh, I'm not sure I give any credence to this. Yes, anything is possible in the world of football transfers. But I'm going to ask anyone here, does anyone believe that Newcastle are going to come in and hijack a bid for Nusa? Would Newcastle be a more attractive proposition for Antonio Nusa at this stage? Is it all done with Tottenham? Can you understand the links with him being a replacement for Miggy Almiron? They've already got wingers such as Harvey Barnes, Anthony Gordon. What do you make of it all? For me, I'm not quite having this one. And by the way, every time we bring up a story, it doesn't mean I completely believe it. I'm not quite having this one. Stranger things have happened, but for me, I can't see that this is a go at all. So let me know your thoughts in the chat. Lots of people saying that the Nusa deal could be wrapped up for Spurs by this Friday. Spurs apparently have been locked in talks. I love this. Locked in talks for many days now with Antonio Nusa. Apparently, these talks with Club Brugge started in the middle of last week. So we're now in the middle of this week. I don't know what they're discussing. It could be price. It could be that we want him now, but Bruges want to keep him to the end of the season. Lots of reports saying that Nusa wanted to stay with Club Brugge at the end of the season. I think it makes sense. He's 18 years of age. I think if he was to be brought in and start immediately, Our fans especially will hype him up as the next Messi. I'm already seeing people bringing out all these ridiculous stats as to why he's the best winger that the world's ever seen. Obviously, I'm being facetious. But for me, good young signing. Will we get it over the line, or will Newcastle hijack this deal, or anyone else? Let me know your thoughts. My money is still firmly on Tottenham Hotspur. Then, if we look to some other transfer news, before we talk about James Maddison, some transfer news here that Tottenham are keen on. Sorry, let me bring that up properly. According to Call Offside, Tottenham. By the way, this could be anybody. There's so many different reports talking about Zirkzee to Tottenham and Europe's big clubs. It says here, as you can see, Tottenham are keen to move for 50 million striker, being monitored by Man United and Arsenal. I love that word, monitored. The Serie A striker has attracted interest from some of the biggest clubs across Europe after his brilliant form for Bologna. It goes on to say that Timo Werner and Radu Dragashin have already been signed by Spurs, who have also managed to let go of a few players who were surplus to requirements. Spurs are still being linked with attacking players even after the signing of Werner, and the Premier League club are reportedly one of many teams considering a move to recruit Joshua Zirkzee. The 22-year-old's stellar performances at Bologna has drawn interest from teams like Arsenal and AC Milan. Now, it goes on to say that he's got 8 goals and 4 assists this season for Bologna in all competition. It says the Dutchman who left Bayern Munich in the summer has truly showed his potential. Now, lots of people talking about a bidding war for this young man. I've seen him play a number of times, looks very good. Is he what we need? Is he the prolific striker? I don't know. Is a prolific striker what Postecoglou wants? Does he want lots of players that can chip in with 7 or 8 goals? What does this potential signing do for you? Have you seen him? Would you like him? What do you think this means for the likes of Richarlison, for the likes of Valise, for the likes of Sonny in the long term? Is there a world in which they all can coexist? Interested to know your thoughts. So Zirkzee is another option apparently for Tottenham Hotspur. The word apparently is always going to be used because when we see sensational headlines like Spurs signing wonder kid or Spurs have bid, most of the time it doesn't tend to be true. So I try and keep it a little bit more realistic. What do you think? Zirkzee of Bologna, is this a player that Tottenham Hotspur are going to be looking to bring in? Let me know. Now, I want to end the video today with this news about James Maddison. Now, we already knew that James Maddison was back in training. I'm going to have a little look at this article from The Athletic just to see what's being said. Hopefully that makes it a bit bigger for everybody. There we go. So The Athletic, always a good source. It said James Maddison are the comeback that could reinvigorate Tottenham's season. Don't get me wrong. I think it's been a very good season. I don't know if it needs reinvigorating, but he is certainly someone that will take you to different levels. It says, this is by Jack Pitt-Brooke of The Athletic. He says, James Maddison has had injuries before, but none quite as devastating as the one to his ankle against Chelsea on November 6th, which has ended up robbing him of almost 3 months of his first year as a Tottenham player. This has been the longest injury allowed in Maddison's career, even if he returns to action against Man City in Friday's FA Cup tie. Now, this is the important bit. It says he returned to full training at the end of last week, staying at the training ground to work while the rest of his teammates flew off on holiday during the club's winter break. The real reason the injury was so hard to take was that it came when Maddison was playing some of the best football of his career and loving every second of it. Now, a few things to note there. Yes, he was in sensational form before the injury happened. And for me, I think many people who have watched me regularly know my feelings on it. He was the biggest injury miss of all of them. Yep, I'm going to say it, just my opinion. It was a bigger injury miss than Romero, than Van de Ven, than Bentancur. This guy is a difference maker. This guy is the guy that we have missed for 4 to 5 years since the peak Christian Eriksen days. So 4 years since Eriksen left. The year before that, he wasn't quite on it. But we have missed this. A player that links up forwards with midfielders. A player that has the speed of thought up there to find that through ball. That can drift out wide, tuck in, set the play, somebody who's comfortable to receive the ball in those tight areas. And it's so important to be able to receive the football in tight areas. It's the difference between decent players and very good players. And for me, we have missed this man so much. We have missed him so much. I feel like our forward line looks very blunt, lacking in creativity without him. But is the Man City game one game too soon? I'm just asking a question. It'd be lovely to see his name in the team sheet. Is it sensible to stick Maddison straight back in against a team that will keep the football and make you run and press? Is that what a player needs in their first game back for over 3 months? I don't know. I'm just asking the question. Now, there's no doubt in his creativity what he'll bring to the team if he comes in against Man City. But you've got to remember, Maddison would be there, just come back from injury. Then further back, Bentancur, who's just come back from a year out, essentially. Then Van der Ven and Romero, who have both just come back from long-term injuries. Is it wise to have a spine full of players that aren't fully fit? I'm just asking a question. I'm just creating a debate. For me, I think all 4 will start. I think he will. Maddison, for me, is the only question mark. The other 3 will. We know that. Does Maddison start? But this is great news for Tottenham. More signings like Maddison are needed. Yes, you can bring in your Nusas. Yes, you can bring in your Solomons, your Brennan Johnsons, your Valises, your Ashley Phillips. But more signings like Maddison are what going to get us between winning things and falling short. But some very, very positive news there on James Maddison. So let me know your thoughts. Nusa, Zirkzee, Maddison, let me know. Just discussion points. Really interested to hear your thoughts. Take care, everybody. Please like, please subscribe. We're chasing down the 13K. It's been really good. Some really good streams lately. Really appreciate you all. And as always, come on, you Spurs.